Oh my god, my hair is so full today. I use this new product and it's like crazy volume. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And for those of you who are new, hi, my name is Karen and I make beauty and fashion videos here on YouTube. And today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 5 favorite self-tanners. I've been meaning to do this video for quite some time. I really wanted to try each product out and so I could give you guys like a full-on review with pros and cons for each product. So that's what I have here today. I'm so excited to share. So I'm going to start in no particular order, but I am going to save my absolute favorite self-tanner for the end. So that will be my last product. So but the rest of these are in no particular order. I'm going to go over some pros and cons and price points, and I have very inexpensive self-tanners as well as some higher end self-tanners. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. And before we get started, don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already. You'll get notified for more videos like these. Also, if you want to give this video a like, I would really appreciate it. That just lets me know that you like what you're seeing, and I will continue to make more videos, you know, like these. So let's get started with the first self-tanner. I'm actually going to start with the least expensive self-tanner, and that is, and I hope I'm pronouncing this brand right, but it's St. Moriz self-tanner. So I'm going to go over the pros first. So the first thing I like about this is that it's pretty inexpensive. I got this for $12.99, so just give or take wherever you purchase it. It is around the $13 mark though, so it's one of the most inexpensive self-tanners that you could find. So that was really good. It's also available at various retailers like Ulta, which a lot of people have Ultas near them, or Target. I believe Target has it. I'm not sure if it's just online or in store. But I'm going to link all these self-tanners below where to find them, and then the best prices and the best deals for each of them, which will be hopefully super helpful to you guys. So definitely check out the description box below if you want to, check any of these out. Also, another great thing about this tanner is it provides such great color. The coloring on this looks super, super natural. So with all these self-tanners that I'm about to show you, obviously, since they are my favorites, I'm not going to be sharing things that are going to turn orange on you or anything like that. So I promise you won't look like an Oompa Loompa after you use these. So they provide really great natural color. So I'm going to talk about one of the downsides to this, and this is for me personally. I had my mom try all these out too, so that we had like a second opinion on this, so that we could kind of compare each other's, and we pretty much kind of agree on most of them. For me though on this is that, so on the directions, it says to apply, this is a mousse formula. You apply it with a mitt, and then you wait for like 6 to 8 hours to develop, and then it turns like this darkest point, and then you have to rinse it off. The problem for me is after I rinse it off, it barely has any color left. Like the coloring before you rinse it off is so nice and like golden dark tan, and then like when I rinse it off, like especially on my shin area, I have like no color. I do have a light amount of color that stays like on my thigh area and on my arms, but it's very minimal color, so you have to keep using it to build up. So I do love though the color before you wash it off. So personally, I take the risk, and I will use this like if I want to, like I'll put it on in the morning and then wear it throughout the day. You just got to be careful though that you don't get wet, or if it doesn't rain or whatever. So I don't recommend doing that, but if you want to risk it like I do sometimes, I do like the color payoff, and it's an inexpensive application. So if you want to see how the coloring looks on me, I actually did a whole vacation lookbook. I'll link that below, and all my coloring on the vacation lookbook, I used this. This is the only one that I brought on vacation with me. This is in the dark formula as well. Also, one other con, which could actually be a pro also, but it dries super fast. So you have to be careful when you're applying this. You have to work in small sections because it dries so fast that it could be like blotchy looking. So you have to kind of work in smaller areas at a time instead of like applying it all down your whole leg and then kind of rubbing it in. You can't do it that way. But in some sense, it is nice as it dries super fast, and then it doesn't transfer onto your clothes or your sheets or anything as much. I did notice like maybe a slight bit of transfer here and there on some sheets and stuff, but it's nothing major. So this is good if you're looking for something inexpensive but don't expect it to, like, after you rinse it off, to be this like dark golden tan. So the next self tanner I'm going to talk about is by Supergoop, and this is one of my most recent finds for self tanner, and I actually got this recently, and this is called the Healthy Glow Sunless Tan, and this has SPF 40 in it, which is really, really nice. So it's a nice addition. I've never seen a lot of self tanners with SPF in them, so this is one of the only ones I've ever seen. So it says it's water resistant for 80 minutes. It's a gradual tan for face and body, so you could use this both on your face and your body, which is nice. You don't have to buy separate products. But the only thing about this one is that it's a gradual tan. So you have to probably apply it at least 3 to 4 times to at least see a darker result. But it will like I use this like for one night, it'll just give like a light amount of color. And then obviously the more you keep using it every night, the more it will build up color. But it's a great application. It's a spritz bottle, and I actually just use my bare hands, whereas St. Maurice one, I used a mitt. But for this, as I said, I just use my bare hands, but just make sure you wash your hands really well right after you apply this, as you don't want tan like palms and stuff. It like, especially in drier areas, it tends to collect darker, so you don't want to do that. I'd say the only con is just based on preference, based off of what you want. So for some, this may be a con, but this doesn't like give you color immediately. You have to, wait for this to develop overnight, and then it just gives a light amount of color as you go. Also, this is it's a white formula, so when you apply it, it's not dark like the other ones I'm going to show you, so you don't know where you're applying it. So you might miss a spot here and there once in a while, but the great thing is, like I said, though, it's not as bad though, because it is a lighter color, so it's not going to be like terrible if you miss a little section. But it is a little hard to tell at times where you're applying it. But I do love this one. My mom actually, this is one of her new favorite self tanners. I had her try this, and she is now obsessed with it. So we both love this, and it's even an added bonus that it has SPF in it. So I'm going to talk about a face tanner actually next. So this I have been using for so many years, and this has been like a third repurchase already for me. And this is the Clarins Liquid Bronze Self Tanner, and this is specifically for the face, and I really, really love this for the face because it just gives, like, when I don't use this, I could tell like my face isn't as, it's a lot more dull, and whenever I put this on, it just has like the sun-kissed glow to my face. And if you apply it like 2 nights in a row, it really makes your face look tan. So it is a little bit more on the gradual side, so you don't have to worry about it streaking on your face or anything like that, because I know that could be super scary to put a tanner on your face. So when first time I tried this, I was like super scared, but it's like totally like okay to put on your face. You like once in a while maybe I get like a line on my like hairline, just because I just leave a, like, you know what I mean, a line there, but you could barely, it just, my hair covers it anyway. So I love the consistency of this. It's very like a milky consistency, so it's actually very moisturizing on the skin. A lot of times self tanners, like mousses, they could be pretty drying on your skin, but this, like I said, it just is amazing. It feels great on my skin. I don't notice anything. I don't like get bothered by the smell of it or anything like that. So I really, really like this. And as I said, I've been using this for so many years, and I swear by it. And also, like, one bottle of this will last me personally like so long, like probably a year. I mean, I don't use it every single day, but especially in the spring and summer, I use it practically like every other day. And then in the winter though, I tend to go more days in between. So but highly, highly recommend this. All right, my 4th favorite out of the 5 self tanners I'm loving is this St. Tropez. This is the bronzing lotion, and I tried this actually about, I want to say 2 years ago. I was in Florida and I got a sample from Sephora, and I loved how moisturizing this was on my skin, because like I said before, a lot of mousses can be super, super drying on your skin over time. Not obviously the first application, but a lot of times you can't put lotion with self tanner, they just don't mix together. So, then after a while, then I'm not putting a lot of lotion on my legs and stuff. So I find that can be drying. I really liked how this was on my skin. This I actually apply, because you can't apply it with a mitt, because it just, absorbs into the mitt. So I actually just use a glove, like a vinyl glove. Obviously no product absorbs into the glove, and this is actually a pretty dark lotion and you could actually see where you're applying it so you don't miss any spots. So I just apply it with the glove, and yeah, I really do like this. The only downside, that obviously that it's a lotion, is that it's not going to dry as well and it's not going to set as perfectly, so it stays a little tacky on the skin. So that, I would say, is the one con with this, is that, you know, it just doesn't dry. It sits on top of your skin at times. At least for me it did, and I mean, it totally gives great color though, and I love the moisturizing effect. Alright, so we are down to my top self-tanner pick. This is my absolute favorite. I've tried, as I said, I've tried so many self-tanners and so many others even that I'm not showing, that you know, just didn't make the cut for this video. So this though self-tanner is just amazing, and I think I only found like one con to it. So my favorite self-tanner though is by far the St. Tropez Bronzing Mousse. I just absolutely love the color it gives. I love the formula. I just love how easy it is to blend into the skin. I rarely have an issue with anything like streaky or not blended right. It just always looks so good. And when I rinse it off, I have a really nice amount of color on my skin, unlike the St. Moritz, which I said it just didn't like leave anything on me. So this one is totally, for me, worth the money. And speaking of the money, I do have to say that's the only con, is that it's pretty expensive and out of all the ones I'm showing you. But you get what you pay for, and I feel like this, especially if you're looking for a nice tan for an event, or you want to for even your wedding day or whatever, I would highly recommend investing in a self tanner that's like good quality, because nothing's worse than, you know what I mean, like streaky formula and whatnot. So I really highly recommend this. This dries, it doesn't dry fast enough to where you can't blend it well, so it gives enough time where you can blend nicely, and it doesn't dry super fast on the skin. But yeah, by the time I'm done, so say I'll do my legs first, and then once I'm onto my arms, my legs are pretty much ready. I could put my pajamas on. So it really takes about 5 minutes total for it to, where I'd say like put your clothes back on after you put this on. So it really is great, and it's so buildable though. You could, over many days, have a really nice deep dark tan. I don't know if there's a certain color with this. This is just like what the bottle looks like though. It's just with the blue lid. So the price for this is $42, but I am gonna look for a deal for you guys to see if I can get any better like price per ounce. So I'll link that below if I do find it. So as I said, $42, and it will last some, you know, quite a bit of time. It just depends on how many pumps and everything you use, but I do think for me though, I'm going to keep repurchasing it because I think it's well worth the money. So I just love like the color payoff and everything on it. So those are my top 5 favorite self tanners. I hope you enjoyed this video and got to find a new self tanner to try out. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below, because I just love chatting with you guys. Tell me if you have a favorite self tanner that I should try out as well. I would love to just hear what your favorites are, because we all have different, you know, favorites when it comes to beauty products. So if you want me to do, maybe I was thinking of to do a self tanning like routine as far as how I prep my body for self tanning and the tanning process. Maybe I could do a video like that too to follow up from this video. So thumbs up this video or comment below if you want to see that. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you all in my next one very soon. Bye.